Welcome back to Monday Night Rants. That, of course, is Timmy Trumpet's famous Mets downfall to my Padres in the playoffs that you hear in the background. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Good choice, Will. Shout out to Will for that choice of music there. Anyways, welcome back to Monday Night Rants on the Bettor Sports Network. That's at Bettor Network at all your favorite social media platforms. Joining me right now are two guys that I like a lot. A lot of fun, a great podcast, a really fun podcast that you should check out. And I love the name, too. You know I'm right.
Joe, I don't know. Is everyone saying it the right way? I don't think so. Let me give it to him the right way.
Oh,
No, I'm right.
Oh, okay. Can I try? My turn.
Go ahead. Let's
No, I'm right.
There you
Got
go.
it? All right. Well, that's so when you go, make sure you say that in your head when you do the search on Apple and Spotify and all that to listen to the podcast. Joey right now is Nick Durst, and it's Joe Caprice.
Caprice.
Sorry. Calabrese. My bad. I apologize. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Wikipedia pronunciation right now on my board. So I gotta go. I just thought he was Joe. So there you go.
Joey C. Joey Cals.
Joey Cals.
305.
That's a good name.
The Bettor Sports Network cherry here. My first live appearance.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why.
Congratulations.
There you go. Now everyone knows how to say your name for the future.
Yep.
Ones in there. I do apologize for that, by the way.
You're fine.
But welcome to Night Rants. By the way, quick, whichever one of you want to go ahead and talk about what you guys do in your podcast, go for it real quick. Get all the plugs out of the way before we get into.
Real quick, we uncover the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, entertainment, reality TV, and entrepreneurship. We've had some mega guests in the industry. We'll stick to sports here since it's a sports network, of course. Jeff Van Gundy, Kenny Albert, Doc Emmerich, just to name a few of some of the elite type of guests we've had on with us. Some awesome people, and check out our show all over the place, and you'll definitely enjoy it. It's very informational, and you'll learn a lot from it.
It's a lot of fun too. A lot of laughs as well. So I meant check it out. So guys, real quick, this game right now, 27-13. You guys have anything on it? Your fantasy teams, anything you're struggling with right now, trying to make the playoffs? Is there anything right now that you're worried about?
Joe would have made a nice amount of money tonight, but he didn't.
Explain.
So fantasy-wise, I'm out. I started really well. I started 4-0, and then the wheels just fell off, and a lot of my best players, like Mike Evans, just kind of disappeared. But in terms of the Monday night game, it was 13-13. Patriots scored twice in a row here and make it 27-13. No Kyler. Bill Belichick, 6-6 team on Monday night, kind of needs the game more than Arizona. You're going to trust Belichick as a coach here, or are you going to trust Cliff Kingsbury, who, as of right now, seems to be on that seat?
That's a tough one. I wouldn't want to bet on any one of those ones on Monday night, to be honest. But yeah. No, it looks like another first down here. So the Cardinals may actually get a touchdown here to actually get it within a touchdown, 7:22 remaining if they can. And as a Charger fan, of course, I need the Cardinals to win, so the Chargers keep that 7 seed, which is the burden of my existence right now. So,
what I really want to see, Edward, because this would make my day living here in New York with these Jets fans. There's a scenario where if the Jets win out and so do the Patriots and the Chargers, the Jets miss the playoffs with 11 wins. And I would love to see that happen because I'd be laughing. It would be hysterical.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Is that real? If they all win out, the Jets don't make the
playoffs.
Oh yeah, because they're out right now. So that makes sense. That is crazy. And again, same with the Giants, right? Just like Joe's fantasy team, off to a great start, but now we're starting to see the wheels fall off a little bit for both teams in New York, not named the Bills. So, it's kind of becoming like kind of who they thought they were type of situation here. And I'm sure, are you guys New York sports fans? Obviously, you're from New York, so are you Giants fans?
Yes, I'm a Giants fan. I love the Timmy Trumpet, of course, because I'm a Mets fan. Very happy with this weekend. Knicks fan. My name's Nick. I'm in New York. It's a birthright to be a Knicks fan, unfortunately. And we're both huge New York Rangers fans.
Please don't tell me your parents named you after the Knicks, though. That's not okay.
First franchise. There's some variance here because Nick and we align with the teams that play in Madison Square Garden, but he's a Mets Giants fan and I am a Yankees Jets fan. So we kind of balance each other and complement each other really, really well.
Isn't that like like almost like a cross Bay fan here in California, where you can't be an Oakland fan and a Giants fan, or like a Raiders fan
so
and a
it's
Giants
pretty
fan?
weird.
Is that kind of how that works?
Most of the time they say like Giants fans or Yankees fans and
Yeah.
Mets fans or Jets fans, but where we're from, Staten Island, New York, it's really more so Jets, Yankees, Giants, Mets.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I'll take that then, because here it's like, no, if you're a cross Bayer, you're cross Bayer. You're not. You're either all the way 49ers and Giants or Raiders and A's, and that's it. You can't cross that bay. There's a bridge there for a reason, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Yeah, so I think when you get to Long Island, once upon a time, the Mets and the Jets actually shared Shea Stadium, right? They both played there. So as you drive further out into Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island, you still get that type of person who grew up being a Mets, Jets, Islanders fan, right?
So that's Islanders, yeah.
Out there. And I noticed a lot of people who live in Jersey are Yankees, Giants, Rangers, right? And obviously the Devils there too, but it's pretty split, I would say.
But what every New Yorker could agree on, though, is nobody cares about the Brooklyn Nets.
No, nobody cares about them. We can confirm that. They have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and still nobody cares about them.
And Ben Simmons. Let's not count Ben Simmons out now. I know he's a ghost.
Yeah.
But, and a big win with all three of them playing tonight as well. So, and they're still in the mix there. So, but yeah, because Brooklyn were what? They were the New Jersey Nets, right? And then they moved to Brooklyn.
Yes, they used to play once upon a time at Continental Airlines Arena, which became the Izod Center. And then they moved, I think, briefly to the Prudential Center before they ended up moving to Brooklyn. And again, Nick is right. Nobody cares about the Nets.
That's surprising. I'm actually surprised about that. Like you would think like New York, Jay-Z, like that whole.
Yeah, I mean, like, so like 2 years ago, when the Nets, the first season with Irving and Durant, they're leading the national story. The main story here in New York was, should Emmanuel quickly be inserted in the starting lineup for the Knicks? It's just, I don't know. That's just nobody cares about the Nets in New York. It's very bizarre.
So everyone like hates on the Knicks so much too because they're just not happy, even though like the Brooklyn Nets are constantly in the playoffs every year, and then they just still don't care. That's amazing.
You know how there's the saying cautiously optimistic? Nick is forever cautiously pessimistic about the Nets.
I don't even waste my time on the Knicks anymore. I can't even watch a second of them because I know they're just, even if they make the playoffs for the play-in game, they're not going to win anything. So why waste my time?
So what was your thought on the money and everything for Jalen Brunson then at this year? Like, do you think it was worth it? You're taking a 6-man really and making him a starter and paying him all that money, older. Like,
well, it would have been worth it if you got a legitimate star with him like Donovan Mitchell. But him alone, what is that going to do for you? Nothing. Maybe you'll go from the 12 seed to the 11 or 10 seed this year. Right now, they're actually the 6th seed, but they're only
in a playoff spot.
500. I wish they would have kept Kristaps Porzingis. They blew it all up to get Kevin Durant, and they ended up with Julius Randle.
Hey, he's had his moments. Oh yeah, he's had his moments. You can't.
Wasn't good in the playoffs.
I was going to say, in terms of Brunson, the money is fine, the contract is fine. Nick is right though. It's like you needed to bring somebody else with him.
I agree.
But the Knicks have lacked what he can do for a really long time. And if Brunson wasn't on the team, they probably. I mean, everybody kind of feels like average right now, but I mean, if they didn't have Brunson, they'd be 5, 6, 7 games under 500, and they'd be ready to blow it up for real. So, I mean, they're closer, sure, but again, they probably should have acquired Donovan Mitchell. He wanted to come to the Knicks. He was at all.
I would have traded RJ Barrett. I mean, I don't know why you didn't trade him. He hit his ceiling. He's on a good team. He's like the 8th man. And that's basically what he is, in my opinion. He's never going to be a superstar. And I said this on Corey Nando or Friends recently, where if you're picking right up in front of the Knicks in the top 8 of the draft, that's a great being because you're going to get a Steph Curry, you're going to get John Morant, you're going to get a franchise-changing player because the Knicks just have no luck with the ping pong balls.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
How's Obi Toppin looking for you guys right now?
I mean,
how does it play? I don't know.
He's more of an energy big than anything. He can't be a starter, but it's like he's a good big off the bench. He can run the floor. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, they missed on him too.
He had a rough day today, by the way. Rough day. Halliburton, 1 point. He was like this awful today. And
I think it's harder to score 1 point in an NBA game or 0. I think one is more.
I think one's tougher, right? Because not only do you get a chance to like shoot free throws, you only shoot 50% of them, which you should make all the time. You're an NBA player like that. It may be worse
to
get 1 point than 0. I think you're right on that. I think we should. That's hilarious. All right, guys. Well, this game looks like it's coming to an end here. It is 4th and 9. The Patriots are going to punt away back to the Cardinals. They need 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes with Colt McCoy and company. Doesn't look good here, but I do want to take you guys to the interrogation bench. I already asked you guys about, like, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but you guys know my show. So pretty much everyone finds out more about you. We already know about your podcast, but more about you and then what you guys are about. I did ask you about your favorite team. So I do want to ask you guys, and you guys can choose which one, pull straw, see who goes first on this one. But I do have a little trick later where I'm going to ask each one of you about the other one. That will be fun. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah. So you told me who your favorite sports teams are. What are your most hated teams that you just can't stand watching, talking about? Like you don't want to hear. Like for me, obviously, the Raiders, right? Everyone knows this show. My Raiders slander is off the charts. But and the Yankees. I'm not a big Yankees fan. Sorry, but yeah, I do like Aaron Judge though. I'll give you that. But what are your most hated teams?
For me, it's an easy one. I mean, number one, the Yankees. Just the most disgusting organization and fan base in the history of sports. They're just awful. 27 rings, bro. Who cares? You haven't done anything since A-Rod led you to a World Series in 2009. No, Joe Torre's coming out today with a new book saying how A-Rod was called a fraud in the locker room. Please. Joe knows too. Without A-Rod, the Yankees do not win that 27th ring. So that's not for me. I hate the Yankees. I also the worst fan is the Yankee Laker Cowboy fan.
Oh yes, I 100% agree with that. I'm sorry, Thomas Stevens. I'm sorry, Corey.
Yeah,
but I agree. It's like it's just from our age too, like the 90s where they were just good all the time, and it's like, just disgusting.
Yes, I hate the Cowboys.
My mom agrees, by the way.
Absolutely. And then I can't stand the Braves, can't stand the Phillies. And what's to like about the Eagles? I mean, they're just
nothing against the Eagles.
And I don't like the Jets, but I mean, it's just kind of just funny at this point. So no, I like, who doesn't like Mike White? Like, when your nickname, your middle name is Effin. I mean, that's big time there.
Mike Effin White, baby. All right, Joe, who do you hate?
Well, right now it's the Astros. They were really good this year, and kudos to Dusty Baker. He's a good guy. I don't mind Dusty Baker winning, but I mean, it's frustrating because after those couple of years where the Yankees just could not get past them, they had this was the year to rectify everything. And not only do you lose the series, you get swept out, watch the Astros win the championship. It's like now at this point, I hate the fact that the Astros organization top to bottom has lapped the Yankees organization. That's a killer. That stinks. In terms of hating other teams, I would say the Flyers and the Devils. I have a lot of friends who are Islanders fans, so it's and I have a lot of friends who are also Mets fans, so it's more friendliness.
Little unknown fact here, perhaps, is that Joe was with me and our other Mets fan friends to see your Padres and the Mets season.
Nice.
That was brutal to watch live.
Yes, leading it up. But Joe, listen, Joe's nickname is Joey Tickets because when there's a big game, he's there. He traveled all around the country with the Rangers last season in the playoffs. He was just in Miami this weekend. He's been to Vegas this year, and he went to Arizona for the Super Bowl last year, Super Bowl weekend. Awesome. And he is Joey Tickets. So we called up Joe, you want to come to the wild card game in 2 hours? And he was there. He's not even a Mets fan.
He's like, I already have tickets. Joey tickets. Yeah. Well,
A lot of time Nick supplied me with
I'm
the
glad you
tickets,
got to see a superior Joe dominate that game as well. Joe Musk.
We forgot Nashville too, but that was a little bit different. That was for
Business
SummerSlam. Yeah.
You went to Nashville, yeah.
Man,
I was everywhere this year. Damn.
Man, where have you not gone this year? Jeez.
True.
It's like, you got to go overseas now, see some
Yeah.
Premier League games, get,
Joe
Champions
may be
League.
coming out to California.
Internet.
in
Yeah.
April.
Come on out. Let me know where you're going. We can possibly meet up and have some drinks.
And
And
be
watch
very,
some
very
sports.
busy the next time in California. I might have to stay there like 3 weeks.
Ooh. I don't want to know.
A lot of friends out there, a lot of people to see.
Out in LA, or you up in San Francisco, or where?
Near LA. I always like to go LA. I have family out there.
Cool.
My best friends are out there. They used to live in West Hollywood. Now they live in Malibu, which is awesome. Love that.
Can't complain.
I've never been to the Bay Area. Would love to go to the Bay Area one
That's
day.
fun.
Justin Henry's begging Joey tickets to come out to the Bay Area.
You should, yeah. That'd be a fun meetup. Joey tickets, me and Justin.
Oh,
Wow.
tremendous.
The party would be off the hook right there. A lot of hate between 49ers and Chargers, and it'd be a lot of fun. All right. I know, Nick, you do the great tailgating videos on the Bettor Sports Network at Bettor Network on the Sundays for the Jets and the Giants games. All about food, good stuff we see there. Let's be real quick here about what you guys like them. I'll ask the question. It's like, what's like your favorite like tailgating food? Like if you could have one food for tailgating, what's your favorite?
What do you think, Joe? You're more of a tailgating guy.
I prefer wings for a tailgate.
Just a nice wing.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
The way our friends make them is really, really good. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really like a huge hot dog guy. I like hot dogs, but it's like other preferences before, right? Last time we went to the tailgate, like we grabbed burgers and stuff like that. I mean, I love a good cheeseburger. That's fine. I love a good steak. But like in terms for a tailgate, like you want to drink beer and you want to eat wings. That's for me anyway.
That's like my normal Sunday watching Red Zone too. So I love that. Nick,
I would go with I think I'll go with the cheeseburger. Just classic, easy to have, easy to make, readily available. It's a staple. You're going to see that at everybody's tailgate for sure.
Yeah, here our Fresno State tailgates we have here are insane. There's people that bring like full smokers and full. I mean, there's nothing else to do in Fresno but go to the Fresno State games on Saturday and tailgate and cook. So full smokers and full stuff like full.
You're a big smoker, right, Edward?
I am. I'm a big smoker. Barbecuer, people. Barbecuer. Brisket is good. Yeah.
One of my best friends, he owns a Traeger grill, and all he does is make stuff on the Traeger grill.
Dude,
and
all the time.
like,
I just made a turkey for the first time for Thanksgiving. It was immaculate. I've been paying so much money to buy pre-made turkeys for so long. Me and my wife, and this year I've decided I'm doing it myself, save money, and it was better than any $100 turkey you could buy from any Marie Callender's or anywhere. Man, it was great. It was great. So, okay, what's the weirdest thing you guys have ever eaten? Now we've had some great ones. Remember, Tyler Soto said he ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with cheese. What was in it? Cheese and something else. That was like, what? Oh, M&M's. It was cheese, M&M's on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Last week, Andrew Cooper ate bull testicles once. I don't know if you guys
he likes those Rocky Mountain oysters.
That's what they were. He said Rocky Mountain oysters. Like, what the hell is that? And he's like, I'm like, oh no. Okay. So what's the weirdest thing you guys have eaten?
Well, for me, the weirdest thing I ever had eaten, it's probably not weird for many people, but for me, it's got to be pepperoni pizza. I don't know why people disgrace pizza by putting pepperoni on it. Give me plain cheese. That's
no.
Stick to the classic. No pepperoni for me. I don't like pepperonis at all.
That is so crazy. Pepperoni pizza is like the classic. Like that is the classic pizza. No
Are you
pepperoni
a pizza guy?
I like pizza a lot, but I mean my pizzas are like loaded with as much stuff as you could possibly put on it. So
meat, pineapple, ham, cheese.
We have something here at a local place called a hot Hawaiian. Oh, let me explain this to you. Canadian bacon. There's no pepperoni on actually, but it's a white sauce, Canadian bacon, pineapple, chicken, jalapenos, and a little barbecue sauce drizzle over the top of it, and it is
Interesting.
whew,
Yeah.
one of my
So
favorites.
we live in like pizza central. So I don't know. Maybe just like my palate's different. But before Joe gives his answer, he should tell you about his crazy weekend where he was eating pizza with some A-listers this weekend in Miami.
Were you with Mr. Worldwide up in Miami?
I couldn't find him.
Right.
But the next time I go there, you may be looking at a new Mr. 305. So,
No. You have to explain this now. Who were you eating with? A-listers and what? Let's go.
yeah. So Nick and I are very close friends with Adnan Burke, who is one of the lead anchors for MLB Network, NHL Network, formerly of ESPN. He has his own podcast, the Cinephile podcast. He's going to love the fact that we're plugging this for him. But yeah, so Dan Le Batard had an event this weekend in Miami, and very culturally in tune with what is going on. It was like a community event. It was like a nice mix of local bands, right? Some of his producers were there. One of his producers is a DJ, so he was on stage doing a set. I forgot what the guy's name was, but it was a guy who was like, he owns and operates like a local zoo, and he does a regular spot on Le Batard's show. For the love of me, I can't remember his name. I think it's Tom something, if you want to look into it. But he was hysterical going through like animal slides and stuff, and he had the crowd going. So it was like kind of like a variety event. Started around 6:37 and it went until like 12:31. Thinned out a little bit before then. But Adnan, our friend, was the MC of the event, right? So he was one who was introducing everybody. He was on stage, going between acts and stuff like that. So I had the opportunity to go down, met Dan in person, nice guy. Met Stugatz in person, nice guy. And there were a couple of other names there you could probably recognize from sports and media. So Pablo Torre was there. If you watch or you still watch ESPN's Around the Horn, he still, I believe, regularly makes appearances there. He was cool to hang out with. And I got to joke around with John Skipper, who was the former president of ESPN for a really, really long time. And I was wearing my I'm right shirt, right? So wearing the backstage pass, kind of hanging out over there. Adnan was hanging out with me majority of the night. So I was kind of like on my own, and Skipper came up to me and kind of introduced himself. He liked the shirt. He was like, I'm right. What is that? Right. So I told him a little bit more about that, and it was a lot of fun. I'm very, very happy I went. Adnan is happy that I went. Obviously, we wish Nick was there. He was on vacation himself, so he gets a pass there. But yeah, it was really, really fun.
And then you had pizza with them
to see everything.
You had pizza with them? Did you have pepperoni pizza?
Did. Yeah, so it was nice because it was kind of like we were in the Wynwood section of Miami, and where they had it was like a very closed off space, like an outdoor space, but it was like food and booths, bar areas, right? Couple of sections that were closed off, like people were like selling cigars and people were doing artwork because they had an art auction there, right? So it was like kind of really like a nice mix of everything. And yeah, so the pizza that was there, they were making on the spot, right? Like they were making the dough on the spot. They had the cans of the sauce in the back, right? So it wasn't like you were getting like a crappy quality pizza. Like it was a really, really solid pizza. And Adnan and I kind of roughed it up, sitting on production equipment in the back of the stage. We each devoured pizza. I got a regular cheese pie. I think we had 2 regular pies and pepperoni. Don't hold me to that. But I do know that Adnan likes chicken.
Edward's going to hold you to it. He's going to be funny.
I'm going to go look at the video camera footage.
Yeah, so Adnan likes chicken on his pizza, which is
I like chicken.
Every now and then it's nice to add a topping on. I don't really go for like pepperoni regularly, but I'll eat pepperoni pizza. But I just can't go against regular cheese pizza.
That's so crazy. That must be an East Coast thing, because on the West Coast here, you have to have a top. You have to, like, cheese pizza is like for the kids. Like that, it's weird. That is insane. But pizza, everyone has their own palate, right? You got the New York style, you got the Chicago style, the deep dish style, and then you got now there's a new one called Detroit style that I don't know what that is, and then we have the West Coast style, which is like the
Joe
thin
used
crust.
to be Mr. Detroit too.
Okay, man, I said I just do a podcast with Joe for 5 hours about his trips to all these places and the different pizzas he's eaten and the people he's met, man. Joe is like stories for days, man. I love it. I love it. Well, let's move on with it. Let's keep it going here. By the way, the game is final, 27-13. The Patriots defeated the Cardinals. Therefore, my Chargers are out of that 7th spot, but I have a feeling not for long. Was the meat pink after you smoked the turkey, Muladin? No, it was perfectly cooked, perfectly moist. It was great. My mom agrees with you guys. Agreed. No pepperoni. There you go. And she's a West Coaster. She's from LA. But Better Boss says the worst thing he's ever eaten was the worm at the bottom of a tequila bottle.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then my mom also agrees with me that the hot Hawaiian pizza that I was mentioning is awesome. So there you go. Okay, let's have some fun here. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna skip the Joe never told us the weirdest thing he's ever eaten.
Yeah, Joe. What's the weirdest thing you ever ate, Joe?
The most odd combination.
Yeah, just the weirdest thing that made you go like, "Why am I eating this?" But you did anyways. Like,
I had a middle school friend who one day put ketchup on like Kraft mac and cheese, and like I had a little bit, and I'll be honest, it wasn't terrible, but it tasted weird off. So that's not regularly, I guess, something that people go to. But the weirdest thing I've ever eaten was probably cow tongue, which is like not even.
You should have led with the cow tongue, not the ketchup on the Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Jeez.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay, what was on it?
I forgot the seasoning that they used, but it was like it's like a beef texture. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't taste like eating a steak, but it's like
I don't know what's worse, the Rocky Mountain oysters or the tongue. I don't know which one I would. If I had to choose one or other, or else they would take all my money, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. That's a close one. Anyways, wow, you should have led with that one, not the ketchup on Kraft mac. I mean, I put sriracha on my Kraft macaroni. Jeez, come on.
All right.
That's not so weird. We eat ketchup on everything out here. It's true. My mom says cow tongue is like corned beef. I like how I have to say my mom says.
That's a good comparison. I like that. Yeah, you're right.
I like corned beef.
Yeah,
I like corned beef too.
It has that texture, like a regular meat texture to it. So it doesn't.
Archon 56's cow tongue is good. Okay, maybe I will take the cow tongue over the Rocky Mountain oysters at this point now. There you go. Multiple people vouching for you, Joe. That cow tongue is actually decent. The nice little beef rub, I would imagine, on top of that bad boy. All right, we're gonna skip this one. We're gonna go to this one. Okay, I want you to answer for Joe, Nick, and Nick, you're gonna answer for Nick. Okay. There's a movie being made for the You Know I'm Right podcast. They're making a movie about your guys' story. They're making a movie about the podcast. Everything Joe's done all over the world, Mr. Worldwide over here. I want you guys to tell the other person who you think would play them in the movie. So, Nick, who would play Joe, and Joe, who would play Nick? What actor would play you guys in the movie?
You want to go first, Joe?
Yeah, I think Matt Damon would play you.
Matt Damon?
Because I think he's versatile enough to get into Nick's character.
Okay, Matt Damon. That's a new one on the show. I kind of see it. He was good in The Martian. I enjoyed that. How about them apples? I mean, how could you forget that? All right, who would play Joe? He's gonna have fun with this.
I think I'm going to go with Michael J. Fox.
What? No comment.
Michael J. Fox, traveled the universes and the worlds. Joe's a worldwide traveler.
Are we talking like Back to the Future, like 1980s Michael J. Fox? Because that's fair.
I think it'd be funny, present day Michael J. Fox, along with Matt Damon.
We got some good ones in there. We got some good ones in the chat, Nick. Archon 56 says Tony Hawk could play you.
He does look like Tony Hawk. That's good.
And Joe, you got Jimmy Kimmel.
I've gotten Daniel Tosh.
Jimmy Kimmel could play Joe.
Jimmy Kimmel for Joe, yeah.
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 So I was gonna say, Nick, we've talked about this before. Like my doppelganger, who people have told me, who when you get asked the question when you're out, like, what celebrity do you look like, or who do you think your celebrity doppelganger is? I always say Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's reassuring. That makes me feel better about me going up and talking to people about it.
Michael J. Fox killed me. Better Boss is laughing so hard in the chat right now. That was something else. I did not see that one coming. That was so left field. It was hilarious. I do have something for you guys though. Before I have one more question: is who wins the Super Bowl and why? If you guys want to tell me real quick, just one word. Who wins the Super Bowl this year?
Buffalo Bills, because they're the best team in the NFL.
There you go. All right, Joe, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Okay,
it's boring, but I think eventually they're gonna edge everybody out.
There you go. I want to let you guys know, like you guys, I see all your pictures online and everything. You have the "You Know I'm Right" podcast T-shirts, right? And it's like that's why people come to you. They can see it right there, right there. I want to let you know that I got new branding done for my show from Monday Night Rants, and now there's hats too.
You're gonna have a debut of the merch here.
My own logo now. Monday Night Rants. I'm sweating. Sorry, it's kind of hot in here with no fan on. It's loud, but Monday Night Rants gear now going on with the new logo. So I will be as cool as you guys. I don't have the nice bright orange and everything, but yeah, now I have and I'll be sending some shirts and some snapbacks.
Edward, can we peel back the curtain 1 second and break the fourth wall to a funny moment where we had a team meeting and our boss said, like, maybe I'm right or something, and Joe held up his sweatshirt. And me, and the rest of the crew, the guys were laughing hysterically.
That was pretty funny because he said, I don't know what he said, but he just went, I'm right. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious, that was perfect. So the shirt's coming handy. But yeah, this is the new Monday Night Rants logo and shirt, and I'll be sending some shirts and some snapbacks your way as well. If you guys would not mind sending me some You Know I'm Right podcast stuff my way as well.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys for being on, by the way. It was a lot of fun. I feel like we need to do like a 5-hour show here. Like I said, with just Joe's experiences all over the world.
Back to the Future with Joe.
Back to the Future.
Where in the world is not Carmen Sandiego, but Joe Calabrese?
I like it.
Indies reference.
Where in the world is Joe Calabrese? I don't get it. He says I don't get it, but it's fine. Better Boss, it's fine. He's been all over the place and done a lot of very fun things. We'll have to talk about it more times, I guess, and get you guys on again in the future. So good luck with your fantasy teams, and I guess you're out of the playoffs, Joe, but Nick, good luck with your fantasy teams. There's always DFS, Joe. There's always DFS.
There's always DFS.
And betting. Tell everyone one more time where they can find you guys all over the internet and social media platforms.
All right. So the podcast at YKIR podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're on Facebook as well. You Know My Podcast. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. Anywhere you get a podcast, you got to find the show. Great guests. Check it out. Our personal pages. I am at Nick_Durst on Twitter, at Nick's Food and Stuff on Instagram. A lot of food reviews there and other stuff. And Joe?
I'm Jay Calabrese one on Twitter. At Joey Cals on Instagram. This has been a lot of fun. Ed finally was able to come on with you.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do this again.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. And hopefully the next time I come out to California, maybe I do an abrupt little getaway up in the Bay Area, because again, I've never been there before. I hear beautiful things there. I have a close high school friend who went to Stanford, vouch and say it was beautiful up there. So it would be a lot of fun. And obviously kill two birds with one stone, come visit you and Jay Henry. Maybe we go to a game. Maybe I'll come sometime next year. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I agree, guys. Oh, no, Nick, you're also welcome to come to the beautiful California as well, my friend. Thank you guys so much, man. A lot of fun. I'll have you guys on again. We got the holiday special next week. I haven't really told many people about it, but the Monday Night Rants holiday special, you guys may be able to make an appearance for about 5 minutes next week. I'll let you guys know what that is, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I want your naughty or nicest before Christmas. So I want you guys to be a part of that for sure. So thank you guys. It's Nick Durst and Joe Calabrese.
There you go.
The You Know I'm Right podcast. Thank you guys so much. We will catch you guys soon. And everyone listen to the podcast when you have spare time. It is fantastic and a lot of fun. A lot of great guests there as well. A lot of knowledge. There you go. You know I'm right. Right there.